Good evening and welcome to today's Atulith micro webinar practice session. Thank you for being here and for investing time in strengthening one of the most important skills for any trainer, coach, consultant, educator, or facilitator. The ability to communicate ideas, I guess, with clarity in a virtual environment. Today's format is simple. What do you call, our trainer will be delivering a short 10-minute micro webinar supported by a 2 to 3 slide presentation on a topic from his area of expertise. The objective is not perfection, the objective is practice. We will be observing aspects such as structure, clarity, audience engagement, slide effectiveness, confidence, delivery style, and time management. Joining me today is Ms. Pushpa Pant, one of the mentors for Wave 4.0. She will also be sharing constructive observations and suggestions after your presentation. Together, our focus is to help you identify strengths, sharpen delivery, and build together confidence to future online sessions. So, Dinesh Kapoor, this is your space to experiment, learn, and grow. So, we have you with us with a beautiful topic, and the topic being why most learning stays in the room. So, whenever you're ready, the stage is yours. Over to you.
Thank you, Radhika, for the wonderful introduction and the briefing as well. And good evening to you as well as Pushpa, to you as well. So, you have already spoken about the topic now. So, before moving towards the topic, just a simple questions like learnings are happening day in, day out. So, are the changes happening at the same pace? That's my question before my slides begin. So, just wanted to understand that thing. If you can just remember any last webinar, any training, any book, podcast, and you have learned something and felt, wow, that's great. But has it been implemented? Have you seen those changes? So that basically that thought stays in my mind. I thought of creating something, and that's what I'm going to share with you guys today. And I hope it resonates well with you guys. So if I may share my screen,
Absolutely, absolutely.
sure. Just let me know if the screen is visible to you guys.
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's like why most learning stays in the room. So this is the question which stays in my head most of the times when we uh, keep on attending many sessions, many webinars, and so I found a gap there. So being an AI capability trainer, um, there are a lot of things which are happening around. So for me, working along with the corporate trainings and soft skills, the AI has emerged out as a different thing, and we are doing it, but we don't see those changes narrate or relate to it. So again, I've put the same question. So um, attended any kind of a training, but not lasted longer. That is something we will be covering through the clear framework which I have. So now we want to clear this up. So here the problem is learning often ends when the session ends. So we are very excited whenever we go to a room. Okay, this is the training that we're going to have. But suddenly, after some time, we see that again we are returning to the old habits, and it's the training delivered, but it's not implemented. So, just to explain the framework first, so the C stands for connect, which means when you link your learning, what are you learning, and you connect that context to your learning. So that is the C here. And when we move on to learn is when the training is happening. You are visiting that core idea, you are visiting the learning or the principles or the frameworks. So for me, I think here is the period which comes up after the training. People are excited. People are able to gain or given the feedback. Very nice session. Trainer was good. Activities was nice. And when it comes to implementation, there is nothing out there. So after that, moving forward, we have E, which means experiment, because people don't experiment those learnings. So, so there is a tendency that if you have learned something, just apply it. There would not be a perfect moment that will come and tell you that, okay, now you can use it. So if you have understood a point, you have gained some insights, you have to give it a try. Maybe smaller ones, and then you can give it to a larger audience or something like that. Then apply it. So once you do A for apply, it's in your real work, whatever work you're doing, professional or maybe personal as well. So if the principles that you have learned, you have experimented with that, now the time comes to apply those. And once the application is there, then you can gauge the result, which is the reflection of what you have learned so far, experimented with, applied. So this is a simple bridge, I would say, from the training room to your workplace or the activity area where you are applying those learning. So here I would say that knowledge is not being delivering the results by its own. So knowledge can create awareness. You can build your skills, but once you have to apply those, so that application becomes your credibility and capability as well. So capability builds only when you are applying your real knowledge. So one question before I move further, what is your one area out of these five pillars where you get stuck more often? So any answers to that, Radhika or Pushpa?
Could you please repeat your voice? Uh, there was a gap.
Okay, so I'm saying like out of these, are these five principles clear? CLEIR.
Mm.
So where do you stuck? Like any area where you stuck or feel stuck more? Like connecting, learning, experimenting, applying, or the result. Result is the later though.
Perhaps revisiting the core idea. So that's learning.
So the measurables, right? So that is one thing.
So for
Great.
me,
So
I guess it is. So if I may, Dinesh.
yeah, yeah, sure, sure, sure.
Yeah. So for me, I feel that yes, I do learn. I actually do the entire framework, but experimenting, I take a longer time to reach that. But then once I experiment again, I apply it immediately. But from that learning
Okay.
to that experiment, I notice that there is a time gap for me.
Yeah. So that is the whole idea, Radhika, and thank you for that. That you at least do the experimenting, because I've seen learners, most of the learners, who just learn the things and they are afraid of experimenting it. Like, what is it? So after learning, there is a concept of what's in it for me. Why do I do that? Let the right time comes in. So thank you for your inputs. So anything which is not clear here in this particular piece.
No, it's pretty.
Okay. All right. So now the actual thing comes in. So this is an example which I've given it here along with that. but it's a 24-hour challenge for you guys. So you have to connect a recent learning that you have done. You don't have to get a new course or a webinar or training. Anything that you have read a book or maybe inspired by some kind of a webinars. So that connect one learning from that, and you just start or put them in this clear framework and experiment before you forget. So just fill those gaps and gauge the results as well. Like what exactly it's changed in your life, in your working place. That is the 24-hour challenge. So in the next 24 hours, just go ahead and apply that particular learning. So that learning doesn't become a capability. It is a change in the behavioral pattern as well. Because if we have to word it together, training is just something which is knowing the things, the awareness part. But you use things after experimenting, then that becomes capability, and it won't stuck in the room. It will come in your daily habits. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Okay.
Any
Thank
questions?
you. Thank you so much, Dinesh. So, Pushpa,
Yep.
over to you. How did you like this presentation?
Yeah, Dinesh, the presentation was good. So this pathway that we explained clear, made things very clear. Uh, I'm sure next time attending any webinar or learning any concepts, I will try to follow all these steps because, as Radhika also mentioned, experiment. So, because we are most of the times afraid of doing unfamiliar things, we are
Right.
comfortable doing familiar things. So, it happens that we don't step into that zone of trying out, experimenting those unfamiliar things, and that's where we stop. So but next time, yeah, sure. I mean, just try to implement all these pointers and get the results.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Krishna.
So, Dinesh, you just made me revisit a space, I guess, that I forgot existed for a very long time. So, yes, a gentle nudge. Everybody needs a little bit of a nudge. So, yes, recently I attended a seminar. So, it's my time to experiment it. So, that is
Ah,
what you've nudged me to do.
good to hear that because most of the times what we have is like we consume a lot, but we don't put it together, and we kill that curiosity even, and sometimes we fear a lot. So
Yes.
just to come over it, I've made it very simple to be clear so that the things get clear.
Yes. So, thank you, Dinesh, for the presentation today. First, and congratulations for stepping forward and practicing in a live environment. And because I feel that every effective speaker, trainer, and facilitator improves through repeated practice, reflection, and refinement. So, before we
Agreed.
conclude, we would like to acknowledge the strengths we observed during your presentation, as well as a few opportunities that can elevate your future sessions even further. So, we will be delving into it a little bit later on once of course once we press the off button for the recording. So thank you, Pushpa, for your valuable insights. From my side, I appreciate the effort, preparation, and commitment demonstrated by you today. The purpose of these micro webinars is not to evaluate performance but to accelerate growth through focus, practice, and feedback. So, we encourage you to take these observations that we are going to give post what do you call the session, uh, apply them like you told in your method,
Yeah.
and continue strengthening your unique facilitation style. So, thank you for being a
Thank you so
part of
much, Radhika.
today's practice lab, Dinesh. We look forward to seeing your progress in the coming sessions. So have a wonderful
Thank you
day
so much.
ahead. Thank you, audience. Thank you for what do you call being a part of the Atulith Academy from a very, very long time. I will see you in the next session. It's a sign off from Radhika Kauta. Bye bye. Thank you, everyone.